Hello everyone. One of the most important functionality working in SharePoint development is adding and revoking permissions in our sites. You can imagine that you can do all types of SharePoint site and you can build up anything, but finally you have to determine who should have an access to your SharePoint site because the sooner or the later it should be very protected. There are many types of people who can access your SharePoint, and many types of information is being uploaded, and many types of things can be worked through years and years after months and months. But finally, you have to determine who should exactly have an access to your SharePoint site. In this session, what we're going to be talking about is that how can we determine who should have an access to our SharePoint site. So these are the most important things which I will be addressing during this video. So let's move. The first thing what you have to do whenever you are deciding to determine who should have an access, for instance, SharePoint, this type of site, what you have to do is that go and click this site. Then, as you go drop down, it just talks about that site permissions. Just click that. Now, you can see that you can see many things like adding a member, or share site only, or you can do some of the things this one. Also, if you just press this one, it tells who's going having a member. For now, it's only me. Not only that, if you click this one, it shows you that visitors, and if they have any control, you have already assigned to this SharePoint site. So more than that, you can go ahead and change the members can share, whether they can share or not. You can see that, you can manage it also, guest, expiration, who should have an access to what day. You can click that. But here, the most important part is that when you click advanced permissions setting. So when you press that one, you're gonna end up on this page. You'll land on this page. So as you can see that on the top navigation, there are many, many, many things which you can do in something related to the permission. You can grant permission, create permission, or check permission, or permission levels, access requesting, send site collections, and manage many, many things. You can even see that who has got an access, for instance, in to what extent. For instance, you can see here that Radiant, this SharePoint site has been has, they have the permission level of editing, but this person maybe have got a full control. So you can determine and you can change these things, by clicking and changing their sites, the level of their permission. But for instance, if you wanna grant a permission, what you should do is that press this one. So as you can see that the moment you that it gives you this window. So what you should do is that write down the name of the person whom you just want to have an access to. For instance, I can say like when I write like somebody, or a person, or like whose name is like or anything, it just shows me who's somebody who's at the behind, or for instance, if I already given a permission, it's just the people gonna be pop up here, or maybe for instance, this person, or it's me actually. For instance, I can click this one, and the moment I click share, what SharePoint gonna do is that as you can see that it's just gonna send an email to that person, to the specific person whom I have already given a permission. But the big question is that how can I get someone to be added into that? So that he can have an access. So because you can see that is that I cannot add an email and their address in the detail. So how can I make somebody accessible to my site? The first thing what you have to do is that you have to go back and add that person into your admin part. So first you have to make sure that that person has been included in your admin part. So how can I do the admin part? I will be sharing you that in a while. So what I'm saying is that even if I just want to give a permission to someone, he has to be first included into my admin part, like into my own tenant. Who can do that? The admins can do. So on the next video, I will show you how we can include someone into the admin or into a Delve uh, app that can help us to include people first, so that we can have them on access whenever we are trying to click here, so they can, this person or the person whom we are thinking is gonna show up. So just come, let's meet, let's see you on the next video.